Welcome to the Business of Politics Meet the Candidate series. I'm your host, Robin Moorhead, and I'd like to introduce you to my guest, KeShawn Lewis, a Democratic candidate for the St. Thomas-St. John District. Welcome, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure. As you said, my name is KeShawn Lewis. I'm a Democratic candidate, number 3 on the ballot. I'm happy to be here today. I look forward to answering the questions that you have provided with us today.
Perfect. Then let's just jump right into it. What is your reason for pursuing a seat in the 35th legislature?
Thank you so much for the question, Ms. Moorhead. Being the youngest candidate, I'm immediately connected to many of the issues that affect the average citizens today. Issues like the increased cost of living, insufficient minimum wage, limited affordable housing, and the overall lack of opportunities for us youths. Having to live through these issues currently has motivated me to want to effect real change for the place that I call my home. Not only for me, but for my peers, my elders, and the youths coming up. I know that I possess the means, the ability, and the knowledge to contribute towards a better way of life for us as Virgin Islanders. These are just some of the reasons which I submitted my application for the people's approval.
That's great. So if you had to give me your top platform issue, your number one, if somebody said, just tell me what is most important to you to affect change in the VI, what would it be?
Affordable and accessible housing, to include programs that promote home ownerships, are critical components of my platform. With the constant increase in rental rates and the cost of living, it has come to a point where it is impossible for the average Virgin Islander to purchase a home or even rent a home. If elected, my team and I will work tirelessly to identify funding for programs as well as implementing policies that safeguard Virgin Islanders with the ability to have a piece of paradise, which is their home.
Housing is a big issue, and it really goes into the economy as a whole, right? And so when we think about small businesses play a huge role in the Virgin Islands economy. What's the greatest issue that you see facing small businesses today? And what legislation would you sponsor in the 35th legislature?
That's a very good question. In my opinion, the greatest issue amongst our small businesses is the lack of opportunity. There are so many federal programs that exist to assist our small businesses in thriving. However, not enough business owners are aware of these programs, which leave businesses feeling vulnerable and unsupported by our local government. Other issues that plague small businesses are the inability to secure rental space at a decent price, as well as the high cost of energy. If elected, I would ensure that exposure of incentive programs that help keep the doors open for our small business owners.
That's awesome. So with all of that said, if you could change one law in the Virgin Islands, what would that be?
That's a very good question. If elected, I will repeat a law that established a base property tax system within the Virgin Islands and introduce a measure that will determine your property tax based on the value of an individual property.
Okay. I'm loving this kind of youthful, energetic innovation that you're bringing to your platform. So what would you say sets you apart? If I were going to the polls and I had one more vote to cast and it was between you and somebody else, why should voters choose you?
That's a very good question. It all comes down to a formula called preparation. In order to understand this, then I'll have to start from the beginning at age 15. After school, I volunteered at the legislature as an intern and I developed a passion for community service. I recognize that someday I would be able to eliminate some of the problems that are still haunting us today. Unlike the popular misconception, I did not wake up one morning and decided that I wanted to be a senator. This was carefully thought out for almost a decade. Unlike my opponents, I prepared myself for this moment. I never intended to be a part of the problem. Therefore, I decided to face the solution head-on. I am truly a community-minded individual who has nothing but love for these islands and our people. I will do my best that I can with the tenacity within me. I aim to leave that legacy that all Virgin Islands would be proud of.
Let me ask you this. As you mentioned that you are the youngest candidate on the ballot.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think it is? What do you think that drives young people coming to the polls? What do you think that we can do better to get younger people to come out to the polls?
You know, I think in this election for particular, we have a lot of young candidates that's running for office. Myself, 24, I know there's another candidate about 29 years old. So I think that within itself is going to drive a lot of young people to come out and want to vote, because there's a lot of young people who's engaged directly in the elections this year, because like I said, there's a lot of young candidates.
So you feel that younger people are really leaning in on the issues more than they have before?
Yeah, because even when I go out and canvass and I talk to individuals, young people who never voted before, who's probably 28, 30, they're like, listen, because I see so much young people running, I'm actually going to vote this year.
So if you're not elected on your first run, if you're not elected to the 35th legislature, what will you say you'll be committed to improve the quality of our community as a young person?
Well, candidly speaking, my bills and my ideas will not cease to exist because I was not elected. I will always advocate for change and bring awareness to our leaders to address the major issues that plague our people. The truth is, my heart always beats strong for the Virgin Islands. I would use the exposure that running for office gave me to promote the Virgin Islands worldwide while continuing to serve my community as I did before.
Some citizens feel that senators are pseudo-commissioners. How do you see the role of a USVI senator?
Thanks for the question. In my opinion, the role of a senator is to be the people's direct representative. This is by developing legislation that seeks to address the need of our people and ultimately improving the quality of life for all. Unlike most parts of the mainland United States that had both local and state legislatures, we are elected to address both local and state issues for our people.
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Do you have any final thoughts?
Thank you so much for having me. It was definitely a well-informed show. I just want to ask my voters to come on out and give me your support. I am Democratic candidate number 3 on your ballot, KeShawn J. Lewis. If you have any questions or concerns relative to my campaign, you can always follow us on social media. We're very active. We post daily. You can find us at KeShawn J. Lewis for Senator on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 340-642-4938. Do remember that the primary election is on August 6th. I'm humbly asking for your vote and for your consideration. Again, this is KeShawn Lewis, number 3 on your ballot.
Thank you so much for watching. To see more interviews from our Business of Politics Meet the Candidate series, subscribe to this channel and follow us on Facebook. See you next time. And remember, early voting starts on July 18th. Get out and vote.